Alright, guys, so a lot of people have been making threads about hackers or their feelings about the staff team or the fact that they can never contact anyone when there's a hacker or nothing ever happens. So I thought I'd make a video on the best ways to contact staff. So let's start out with the things that you shouldn't do. The most important thing that you shouldn't do is just message staff saying, "Hacker, please help." This gives us absolutely no information at all. It doesn't help. It's just going to slow things down, and I feel like it's longer for you to type that than it is to just say their name in the type of hack anyway, so it's not like it's faster. So we need to know the hacker's name and the type of hack that they're using. So don't just say, "There's a hacker." Next, don't ask mods to teleport to you. They're not going to do that. By the time they teleport to you, they're going to need to figure out who's hacking, which could take a while, depending on what game mode you're playing, where they are, and that's just not very efficient. They're not going to teleport to you, so don't say, "TP to me now." Just give them the hacker's name, and that's really all they need. If you really don't know the type of hack, then just give the name. They can't TP to anyone without a name, so don't ask them to teleport to you. Next, don't have your whole team report the same person. Say you're playing UHC and you have your whole 3 team message the same staff member about a hacker. That's just gonna eat up more of that staff member's time trying to reply to 3 different people for the same report. I mean, obviously 2 random people from the same game might message the same staff member for a report. That's not something you can control, but don't have your whole team message the staff member. One of you will be enough, and don't tell the whole lobby to start reporting the same person. As long as you're reporting them, that's all we need. Next, do not send YouTube links for a hacker report. Don't go in game and send a YouTube link and say, "Please ban now." If you already have the proof and it's already recorded, there's a spot for it on the forums. Just go to report rule breakers in the forums and make a thread. It saves us a lot of time and it keeps things a lot more organized, and if you're reporting it in game, there's always the chance that someone could miss it. But if you report it on the forums, it's not going to get overlooked. It will be handled. So it's a lot more efficient to report things on the forums if you already have the proof. Next, do not report players in public chat. Please message a staff member. Even if a staff member isn't on your friends list, you can message them. A lot of people don't seem to know that, but you can message any staff member. Well, maybe not. Any staff member. Yeah, that sounds about right. But reporting in public chat is kind of public shaming. I mean, if you're right, it's public shaming. If you're wrong, it's still public shaming. If they're not hacking and you're reporting them in public chat for hacking, then people might start saying, "Oh my God, that person's a hacker. I saw someone report him." Not saying everyone's reports are incorrect, but let's be real. Not all reports are always going to be accurate. Some people are going to think someone that wasn't hacking was hacking, and if you start reporting in public chat, that's going to give that person a bad name. So just try to avoid that. Last but not least, do not spam the staff member's name. You don't need a response from them before you ask them a question. So just you can include their name. What's actually ideal that you include their name in the same line as the message, or if you want to say their name and then ask the question right after, that's fine too, because we get notified, we get a little ping when you hear our name. But you don't need to just say, "Dills, and then wait for me to say yes or respond to you before asking a question. It's perfectly fine to just ask a question. That's what we're there for. So don't just say dills,
Dills, dills, dills, dills.
It's not necessary. It's spam. It's just not efficient. And then everyone else starts doing it, and it becomes a mess. So, yeah. That's about covers it for things that you shouldn't do. Now, for things that you should do, I mean, we kind of already went over this, but just to reiterate, please private message the staff member for reports. Send them a message that all you need to include is the hacker name and the type of hacks. It's very important that you include the type of hacks so that when the mod gets there, they know what to look for. A pretty good example of that is, say you're trying to report someone for X-raying, but you didn't say it, you just gave the name. The mod teleports to them in a UHC game, and they're already on the surface. Now, since you didn't report what type of hack you're reporting them for, the mod has no idea what to look for. But if X-ray was really all they're doing, it's a complete waste of time for that mod to be there, because if they're already on the surface, then it's not like you're going to catch them X-raying. So a mod needs to know what to look for. So try to include the type of hacks to the best of your ability, and that'll help out a lot. And please be patient. If you didn't get a response, that doesn't necessarily mean that nothing happened. 9 times out of 10, they saw your message, and this especially goes for if you message a moderator. If you report it to a mod and you don't get a response, either they're already busy watching someone and they can't stop following them to message you back, or sometimes they just go and watch them and don't necessarily say anything. But if you don't get a response from a staff member that you report to, that doesn't mean you just keep saying their name over and over and over again and keep messaging them. That's not really going to help things. If you're really worried that they're busy and couldn't see anything, then you can try to find another staff member to message. But don't always assume that just because you didn't get a response doesn't mean that nothing happened. So just try to be patient. So some tips on the best places to contact staff. Probably the easiest way, if you're in game still, is to hop on the Hypixel TeamSpeak server and go into the help and support lounge. That way you can just go sit in there and you can keep playing, and when a staff member is available, they will pull you into the lounge with them. So you don't have to look at the TeamSpeak screen anymore. You can just go in there and wait, and you'll get pulled in, and you can tell them what you need to tell them. Another way is going to any of the main lobbies, or generally the first lobby for a particular game mode will have staff members in it. Skywars Lobby 1 is probably arguably the best place to find a staff member. So if you don't know who's on, you can check the lobbies. Obviously, if you're in-game and you're alive still, that might not necessarily be the best idea. But say you're in a UHC game and you died, but your teammates are still alive, then you could just hop out into one of the lobbies, and then when you find someone, just have your teammates P-warp you back in so you can spectate. And the last place is the forums. So when you go into the forums, when you go to hypixel.net and just click forums, and you're on the forums main page, on the right side it says staff that's online now. Now this doesn't include helpers. It's only mods and admins, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're in game, but it means they're online on the forums. And most of the time, at least a few of the people that are on that list will also be in game. A lot of people leave the forums up while they're in-game. So if you're all out of options, try out the mods that are online on the forums. And there will be times a day where it'll be tough to find a staff member, but again, please be patient. And if you just go into the TeamSpeak server first and just wait while you're still trying all that stuff, chances are you'll find someone and everything will work out. So that's about all I have. I'm going to link a forums thread in the description, and that has additional information that I didn't cover. And feel free to ask questions either on that thread or in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. See you guys later.